Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at y'all with another word of encouragement for today. So, check this out. I'm still going through this religious exemption process, right? And I want to take y'all on a journey on some of the things that have been on my mind as I'm trying to seek this thing out biblically, right? And me and my wife are fasting and praying, and I wanted to kind of encourage everyone, regardless of where you come down on this issue. I want you to ask yourself, what does God want me to do? Especially for those of faith. I want you to be able to check in with God and say, this is what God really wants for me, right? And I did that the other day. I let you guys in on one of the passages I was thinking about today. I wanted to have this discussion that I've been having with myself about what is it that I feel like is in the way of me receiving this vaccination, right? So my initial thought was that it was just evil. Like I just didn't want to get it because of everything that was happening surrounded it, how it was rolled out, everything else. It's just this evil thing. Um, and talking to different people, hearing their perspectives on why they don't want to receive it, and really, I started hearing this recurring theme in people's conversations, and I had to look introspectively to see if I have been struggling through the same thing, or if my pattern of speech was similar to what they were saying. And really, it was this issue of pride. Um, there was a lot of people that were saying stuff like, I would never," and they get all gruff about it. I'm not going to get it, and I'm not doing that to myself, and I'm not putting all that foreign substance in my body and all kind of stuff, right? And I got to thinking about it, and I was trying to listen to myself and my reasoning, and I was trying to determine, do I have that type of pride? See, a lot of people, like, they have their faith, right? But because we live in the United States, because we live in America, sometimes our faith is tied really closely to our American patriotism. And so when we marry our faith to our patriotism, it's called syncretization. It's the blending of two different worldviews. So the Bible does not call us to be Americans. It calls us to be citizens of the kingdom of God. It calls us to be Christ-like, um, Christ-like citizens. And there's times when our Americanism lines up with our Christianity, and there's a lot of times where it doesn't. And in the times where it matches together, and sometimes even in the times where it doesn't, where they oppose each other, there's like a pride that's like under the surface right in there. And pride is one of those things that is a faith killer, man, because the Pharisees, as good as they were, at following the law, um, as good as they thought they were, and being close to God, their pride separated them from God to the point where God, as he came in the flesh through Jesus, the Pharisees were his main opponent. Pride can do damage to a person's relationship with God. And so I was trying to search that out, right? Because in the book of Proverbs 16:18, it says, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. It is better to be of lowly spirit with the poor than to divide the spoil with the proud." Basically, it's saying it's better to lose and not have pride than to win and be full of pride. And as I'm listening to people's conversations, they're like, you know, the prototypical song like "Proud to be an American." Yeah, that's in there, but like that pride is in there too. Like it causes you to puff your chest out. Like, how dare you try to make me do something I don't want to do? And really, as we look at the scriptures, it tells us to obey our leaders. And so as I was looking at my reasonings, do I disobey my leaders? It's not disobeying the leaders. It's just like, do I stand up to them, or do I do what the Bible tells me to do? And it says, obey them. And my initial thought is like, well, I have the freedom to stand up for it, but it's not a Christian freedom. That's an American freedom. And so distinguishing between those two things and making sure like my reasonings are not an Americanism versus a Christian reason. And I think I could sort through that fairly well, because the Bible demands of me to resist evil. And so that's still there. But the pride, man, the pride is just around the corner. The pride is, it's waiting for an opportunity to sneak through. And maybe this conversation can translate well to you. Maybe you have decisions to make. Maybe you have conversations that sound more American than they do Christian. And if that's you, watch out for pride, man, because it's right there. It's seeking you out. So, and it's not necessarily an American thing. Sometimes it's a race thing. Like, I wouldn't do this because of what they done to black folks. That's a pride thing. That's a pride thing that's standing in the way of your Christianity, because the Bible tells you actually something very different. Or maybe it's your gender, maybe it's your sexuality, maybe it's your status. Whatever it is, we take pride in stuff that's not of our Christian faith. And when we do that, we are setting up a little mini kingdom against the kingdom of God. Whatever it is, whatever that situation is for you, that's always a danger. And pride is the thing that sets those little mini kingdoms up like that. So remember, and it's better to lose everything in this life and be without pride than it is to gain everything in this life and be super puffed up with pride. Pride goes before the fall. And I think in the New Testament, it talks about how, what does it gain a man to gain the whole world and yet lose his soul? That pride will try to make you gain the whole world, but you'll lose your soul in the process. So I will be on the lookout. That's one of the things I'm praying through. I'm praying that as you guys are hearing this, be encouraged by the fact that God forgives even in our moments of pride. And so allow the Spirit to reveal it to you. And when God reveals it, work against it. So that's my encouragement for you for today. I hope you take it to heart. I hope it resonates with you. If you want to talk about it further, let me know. Always here. My email is down in the description. Love y'all, man. I really, really do. And I'm hoping that as culture is changing, as Christians are being, as they're being asked to stand up for their faith more and more, I pray that you're encouraged to do so. And I hope these videos are encouraging people to step out on faith and really represent God in a hostile culture. So love y'all. Catch y'all next time. Grace and peace.